Greetings and salutations, one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the D2E20 Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder Reign of Winter, our Pathfinder 1st Edition adventure featuring these wonderful, amazing, and talented individuals from my Patreon. Say hello to everyone, folks.
Hi!
Hello. It's so good to see everyone. Now, you've probably noticed that we do have a couple of missing people. We have Kiria and Kichiro not joining us this morning, but that is okay. We wish them well, and we hope to see them soon. But in the meantime, however, we have our 4 Agents of Chaos ready to embark in today's game, which I'm also super hyped for. Now, I do notice that we are close to a hype train, and I want to thank a few people really quickly. First of all, our dear friend Seagard for coming in with the 100 DAG bits. Thank you so much for that. And Flyer Bowman, our dear friend, how are you? I hope you're well. Always a pleasure to see you. Feel free to run laps of the chat room. It's a small chat, but it's a lovely chat. So thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you for chilling out and hanging out. Now, today, as always, we're going to be continuing our adventures of Reign of Winter, and because we are a very interactive chat, if you don't know what's going on at any point in time in the show, please do not hesitate to reach out and say something in chat, because we just like to talk to people. Scully, you bloody legend, you! I fucking see you. Thank you so much for the donations of the gifted subs to our dear friends, Kariston86, Devil Eye, Cross the Streams, Disenthius, and Bree the Tired. Bree, I feel you. I feel it. But anyway, I digress. First of all, let's... oh, actually, you know what? I've got some news. Let's start with the news, because I always forget this news. News! For those of you who don't know, your good friend Dag here, this guy right here, is up for an award at the Crit Awards at Gen Con in Indianapolis, and the voting is closing soon. I am one of the final nominees for the role of Best Paizo GM, so if you feel like supporting the D2E20 Gamer, then consider going and checking out, go follow the links in the chat there, and then, yeah, give us a vote, because that's, you know, I mean, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to bring an award back to Australia, I feel. Alright. In addition, I'm also part of Careful Cantrip and One Shot Questers, so if you see their names floating around as well, don't hesitate to give them the old punch up as well, because, you know, it's a whole thing. Thank you, Padfoot. It's a whole thing. Can you vote more than once? I am legally obliged to say no.
I'm not, so maybe.
Look, here's the thing. I want to win organically and genuinely. You know, I don't want people to be going out of their way to vote multiple times. If you have, like, a family of people who love what I do, great, fantastic. Vote for everyone, why not? But, you know, like, I don't want to farm, you know, votes or anything like that. That's not my style. Mostly because, you know, all it does is cheapen the...
full of them.
Yeah, it just kind of like, I don't know, cheapens the experience for me. So I you know, appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate that some of you love me the equal amounts of 100 people, but voting once, please, if you may. Now, let's start by, of course, thanking a few individuals that we always thank when we join into chat, and that is, of course, our lovely sponsors. Look at them, these wonderful, handsome, and amazing devils. Hero Forge, of course, our first sponsor for these wonderful artworks you can see on stream here, as well as our lovely Jet, who you can see whenever Jet talks. We have animated him somewhat, so you can know when his voice is working. Isn't that right, Jet?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, so you guys can... Now, Hero Forge can not only be used to make really cool artworks for VTTs and stuff like that, tokens for things like Fantasy Grounds, Foundry, Roll20, whatever tickles your fancy, but also you can get these models 3D printed. And I've got an order of some 3D printed models on their way to showcase not only a cool bunch of stuff that I've wanted to talk about for a while, but also some of the new really cool races from our friends over at Fool's Gold, including Spider People, Elk People, freaking Beast Folk people, and
I don't know.
No, there's no cyber elves. There are the Full Claimers, which are elves with circuit boards. And I swear, Neil, one day I'll get through this intro without you interrupting me. I swear by all the might that I have in the D20s bestowed on me by the righteous fury of my chat room. Anyway. So, you know what? You know, it's a great way. It's like, yeah, we're about to do a boss fight. You know what we should do? We should get Michael angry. Anyway, so So anyway, moving on. There's some cool stuff there, so go check out Hero Forge. Next up, of course, we have Sirenscape for the wonderful soundtracks you will hear throughout the course of the game. Because every cool game deserves to have a really, really epic ambience. You can play a number of different cool sound sets, not only through Fantasy Grounds, but also on their thing as well. You can set kind of spooky moods and stuff like that, which is always fun. Yeah, you can enjoy that with your players, or if you're like me in a VTT show, you can share it with the audience too. Now, in addition, our last sponsor for the show is, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, because it makes me look like I do my prep work. That's pretty much it. If you follow the link, you'll also help Dag out with any purchase that you make, so all the love in chat already. Now, let's quickly do a speed run of our characters so that we get to know who these guys are before we dive into our recap for the day. Starting, of course, with Kyrie. She is, of course, a ratfolk slayer who is currently under the employ of the god of murder, who is designed to basically sow death and destruction wherever she goes. Her ultimate quest is to find someone to commit the ultimate betrayal and kill in cold blood. Kichiro, our Kitsune samurai, is one of our lovely players who is currently working for the Baba Yaga, a insidious witch who is, ironically, not the worst thing to happen to the area that our group is currently in. The queen, known as Elvana, is currently trying to put the whole world out of whack by banishing the Baba Yaga and rebelling against her. And Kichiro has taken on the role of the Black Herald, Herald to the Baba Yaga, to hopefully bring her back and set things right before the world freezes over. Next up, we have Jet, who is played by our lovely friend Marcus the GM, a blacksmith who has been bestowed upon by bloodline powers of a black dragon, currently on a quest to try and find their parents trapped within the icy palace, as many of the blacksmiths have been rallied up together in order to try and do something for the queen. Hi Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, legless.
Oh yes, also Jet does not have legs. They were crushed by a large boulder, and Jet is now wheelchair bound, thanks to the efforts of some scavenging in a nearby mass grave. Next up, newest member to the party, Makar, a archer whom we know very little about at this present time, but someone who has made themselves readily available to travel with our companions in order to break the ritual that is currently holding the Baba Yaga's dancing hut. A mystery of an individual, they have the ability to channel their arcane powers through their bow and arrow, and this wonderful character is played by our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion. Hi, Neil.
Hello. Hi.
Next on our list, of course, frozen in ice sometimes and sometimes not, we have, of course, Rill, the dwarven brewer, who worships, of course, the sun goddess Sarenrae, and is currently trying to get back the rights to his family's recipe, the Never Ember. He is on a quest to also try and free the world and make sure his friends stay healthy, happy, and alive, and is trying to do so before death claims him for themselves. More on that, I suppose, as things develop. But this crazy character is wonderfully played by our dear friend Brune Brassax.
Hello. How are you, Dag?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so excited for today's game, that is for sure, because we've got 1/3 of the way through freeing the dancing hut, and I'm very keen to see what happens if we can get through all of it. Next up, of course, last but certainly not least, we have Cromwell, our human monk who has traveled far and wide in order to experience the world from the vantage point of a wandering hero. They have now set themselves on the path to try and fix one of the greatest problems that perhaps the world has ever faced, and has learnt much in his time. Both has gained and lost a lot, including, of course, the loss of his dear companion Grax the Goblin. But Cromwell nonetheless remains a stalwart ally. This incredibly stoic and amazing character, played by our incredibly stoic Tim. Hi, Tim.
You know, we didn't see Kyrie, who was hiding in the bushes when Grax had his accident.
It's true. It's true. Accident, they
Part of that
say.
murder plot.
Could be. Maybe Kyrie went and just give him a shove. We'll see. All right. Now, last people we'd like to thank, of course, is, of course, the most important people to this channel. That is you guys in the audience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Dead Aussie Gamer experience. We here love to invite our players and our characters to join us our players in our chat to join us behind the GM screen in order to enjoy this game. There are a number of ways you can interact with the session as we play. First of all is through channel points, which you earn simply by watching. These channel points can be used to give insight bonuses to our players, divine healing, force rerolls, tons of cool stuff there. But if, of course, you feel like supporting the Dead Aussie Gamer a little bit more, right now my computer is about to get freaking cactus. If those of you are Australian know what that means, it's about to go cactus is a whole thing. Yeah, in order to try and stop that from happening, we are raising money to help fix Dag's computer. So there you go. We will reward any monetary donations in the following ways. For $5, you can donate for one of the red markers for a hero point, or a purple marker, which I don't have, for a jinx point. These can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that's not in the game, roll with advantage, or gain a small boost to your roll. Jinx points can be used for more or less the opposite effect, boosting up my enemies, making things more complicated, or countering hero points. For $10, I will draw either a card from our Heroic Actions deck to give our one player of your choice a unique power that will hopefully help them in the journey ahead. Or alternatively, I will draw 3 cards from a plot twist deck and generate one of these plot twists for use in the game as we play. For $20, you can give someone the coveted Golden 20, which, of course, I see our dear friend Seagard has come in hot with a natural 20 for the good old Dag, which I will now put there. Thank you. Mwah! And, of course, we have a Jinx point as well coming my way. Thank you so much. You have evened the playing fields, and you are a gentleman and a scholar. What has Brune said to me? Why is there flashing things? Very well.
That
Okay.
was to everyone. Well, it wasn't just to you.
No, fair enough. Yeah, it just popped up on my screen. All right, and now we also have a $50 donation. This big old $50 donation is for a boss buff or a magic item. The magic item can be given to a person of your choice, which can either be one of the set items our players are currently working towards, or just a random item of your choice, or you can give them the choice. Up to you. Either way, it will help them in a great measurable way. Or alternatively, you could screw with my players and make the boss encounter or the fight a little bit harder, and those are a lot of fun, because I have literally a book of just nonsense that'll make things more difficult and harder. Lastly, we have our secret menu item. Our secret menu item is really, really cool today. Now, for those of you who know what recently happened, our dear, unfortunate friend Grax met his end in a sphere of annihilation. A thing that has ripped and torn our poor goblin friend from all realities. Now, there is an entity that I love that comes with these kind of interactions with Oblivion and stuff like that. It's kind of Call of Cthulhu-y, right? And they are known simply as the my brain. One moment. It is not the Hounds of Tindalos. It is the Denizens of Leng. So they are creatures, giant, like, sort of psionic spiders from another dimension. I wish I could tell you more about them, but nonetheless, the disruption of Grax through the Sphere of Annihilation will be, of course, an interesting, think of it like a merchant spider creature. Yeah, that thing. So it will show up and propose the devil's bargain to our players. What you will be able to do is you will take control of said Denizen of Leng, who will want something from our players, which you will decide, and that can be anything. Could be their memories, could be their first love, could be their arms, could be their legs, could be their kidney. Whatever it is, you will demand something from my players, and I will then serve to negotiate that encounter and trade something of value for it. So there you go. You literally get to choose something for me to bargain my players for.
We must sacrifice our most recent party member.
Oh no. All right, but there we go. So very, very cool and dramatic encounter lying ahead. Oh, you know what? I'll give you a teaser. Okay, here's a teaser. This is, for those of you who don't know what a Leng spider is, there is, of course, an arachnophobe warning. So please, if you are not comfortable, look away. All right, this is a Leng spider.
Oh.
So this nasty beastie is definitely the thing that comes up. But yes, so that will be summoned. That will deal with my party, and we'll deal with that when we get there. Kill. All right. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we return once more to the lands of Irrisen. The skies part, and snow-covered silt falls from the sky, blanketing the forest you find yourself in. But this is not any forest. This forest has erupted in the center of the market district in Whitethrone, the capital city of Irrisen, and the seat of power for Queen Elvana, the current Winter Queen of this land. Why this forest has erupted? Not many people know, but it has since been ascertained that this forest was likely created as a protection for the dancing hut that resides in the center of this forest. Our heroes, led of course by Kichiro, who is currently serving as the Black Rider of the Baba Yaga, are trying to disrupt the rituals currently being held at 3 locations within the forest. This ritual's design is to expand the dome of influence of a sphere of annihilation to eventually destroy the dancing hut and stop the Baba Yaga's return once and for all. Last week, our heroes managed to defeat the first of the Dawn Pipers, one who had resided within a large dying tree. But after killing them, the magics were no longer expanding, but the damage has already been done. Our heroes now work together to try and defeat the other 2 rituals. But will they make it in time? Or is it already too late? All right.
And we ended there on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. All right. So, starting us off, you guys have, again, as I mentioned, just defeated this Dawn Piper over here. Kyrie and Kichiro, as they are both not here, will, of course, opt to stay and rest and recover, as well as to ensure that these creatures, these Dawn Pipers, do not resurrect or do not come back after a short period of time. It is up to the 4 of you to proceed onwards, to find the other 2 Dawn Pipers and bring an end to them, so that you can get access to the Baba Yaga's hut and maybe stop whatever is happening.
How hurt? So Rill looks around and assesses who's actually coming with us.
Cromwell looks quite injured, beaten and battered. He had taken a number of quite substantial blows from this Dawn Piper.
It was just 1, I think, from their spell.
Yeah, I got hit.
Battered and bruised.
Fireball.
Cromwell is injured.
One almost ripped my arm off again.
In addition,
Did you also get stabbed by Kyrie a couple times?
very well, you hear a high-pitched whining noise coming from Cromwell. I got hit once. I got an owie. The important bit is Cromwell is injured. So to answer Real's question, Cromwell is greatly injured. Kichiro is pretty injured, but can probably rest it off here. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. He's not here. And for the most part, Makar is lightly injured.
I'm patting out the flames on my clothing.
If you just want to thematically describe what you see, Rill, you can always just open the combat tracker and you can see everyone's wounds. And then you can say,
I wanted Dag to describe it.
Yep.
So I whip out my trusty wand and I go over and I lightly touch Makar.
Oh,
So
All right, well, while we are waiting
roll
for...
in
So,
chat.
Real, I'm going to go with this. Roll in chat all of what you need to do and how far you want to stop any of the individuals that you are currently engaging with, and then work them off of however many charges are left on your wand. Meanwhile, Jet, Makar, and Cromwell, you have the journey ahead to consider what you want to do.
they're gonna know that this one was taken out, aren't they?
Probably, but they were all fairly sort of self-engaged in their own ritual, so Possibly not.
Did we rush back to the other end?
We should probably press on. We have... I actually can't remember who told us now. I think it was exposition from one of the bad guys giving us a speech that this ritual can't be stopped unless they're all stopped.
Yeah, so we need to just hurry and take them out.
Yes, otherwise they may simply be restarted.
I've already lost my legs. I don't want to be turned to ribbons. Let's just get rid of them.
I'm all for that.
All right. Now, you are currently aware of the location of the other two ritual sites. The first, a large series of boulders set up in a ring around a large stone plate. The second, a pool of water in which one of the Dawn Pipers were dancing within.
We will have to also keep an eye out for those mirror men, because assuming they're also searching for us in here.
Yes, I was thinking about that, and unless I've gotten myself turned around, we're somewhat north of where we last saw them. Perhaps we could find a way through and come around from behind. If they were following the rather numerous commotions that were caused previously, then perhaps we can continue the circle, so to speak.
Well, I have no idea where they would be now, but I will say that when I first found them, I found your friend Rill inside, and the commotion we caused was to get away from them. We actually took the two out. So the two that were inside when we ran, they might be bringing more than just them here, because they realize
So,
that
as I just said, perhaps we should be in the opposite
you're
direction to
absolutely
where they would be following you.
You're absolutely right. My bad.
Real proceeds to explain that, Makar, you definitely did quite a good distraction. Well, you did most of the damage where Rill did the distraction.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, hang on a second. I think my phone just died. Do I have someone in my chat that can join the group call? Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, we got an insight bonus.
Thank you. All right, here's your insight bonus. Stop worrying about the mirror men, because you have no, you literally have no information on them in terms of where they are, what they want, or what they're doing.
All we know is that they're
it would
at
be
the
the
house,
equivalent. It would
right?
be the equivalent of going. You know, the Queen's in the city somewhere, right? She might show up at some point and blast us with her CR19 spells. You're not wrong. Doesn't advance you in any way, shape, or form, but you're not wrong. Same thing with the Mirror Men. The Mirror Men are currently busy. They're doing their own thing. They're nowhere near you. And yes, you'll be needing to head back in that direction, but until you see them, there's really no point in trying to do anything, because it's not like you're going to prepare any spells, or prepare any abilities, or come up with any tactics. It's actually going to help you in any meaningful way, but I'm glad that you guys took the time to point out there are Mirror Men.
It wasn't just the mirror men. There was trolls. There was all sorts of things that could be following us up, around, which is why we just want to go the other way. So keep going. I'll move my guy so you can see. We just wanted to find a path through the forest here and just go down to the water.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect. That is a great strategy there. What am I doing? I'm just. Oh, which and where, which and can. There we go. There we go. All right, done.
All
right.
Not that way. That's into the forest.
Okay. So as our heroes begin to make their way, following the pathway downwards. Now, are you move your characters and I will follow you
this way.
Yep, I'm watching Cromwell.
So Rill healed Makar for 9 and Cromwell for 36.
Okay,
Yep,
so
I got that.
all right.
So I'm just moving slowly. You can tell me when or if you need to.
Yep, not a worry. Okay, so
I was just
stop.
nervous moving through the
So
forest.
stop.
Yeah.
So stopping right
Stop
here,
where?
where you are. At this point in
Where
time,
are
you
we?
can see further up ahead.
Yep.
You see the house that you
Oh.
that you previously had.
Oh, we could go through there, could we?
Yeah, you've gone through the forest. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh.
just.
Oh,
I mean,
so
it's dense and it's difficult to get through. But if you're not in a time kind of constraint, it's gonna take you like 30 minutes to kind of cut through the density here. But once you arrive on the other side, you find yourself back to where you had laid your original hut. It seems to sit there still, and you see several dead bodies lying in the snow. You know that these are the dead bodies of the Mirrormen who originally tried to investigate this place, but now lie still and motionless.
Interesting.
Can I get the map?
Do we see any tracks? We went down, Marcus.
Yeah, I
You-
don't
He
have the
doesn't.
map.
He needs the map.
Oh.
All right. Looking around, you do not see any tracks other than the ones you have created. You do see that some of these bodies do have arrows run through them.
I don't remember leaving them dead.
So Rill's just going to go around to each of them and just check their vitals.
They're dead.
Just because that's what he's going to do.
Are we talking about
You-
the
you-
Mirrormen that are at the house, or the ones that are by this cart?
The Mirrormen that are at the house, which clearly the inside bonus had
Yeah,
forgotten,
yeah.
Mark Makar had killed with arrows.
Well, I was just wondering because of this cart. I remember we were at the cart before, and there were
I will,
goblins. Or what
I
were
will
the? What
lean
was over
over
there?
and take the key out of the door.
You do so. As soon as you do so, the house begins to collapse and shrink down to the size of a small, palm-sized magic item. You have
Oh, wow.
recovered. You have recovered your hut.
That's a neat trick.
Yes, it is quite a convenient hut.
I'll get myself one of those.
Well,
Okay.
continuing to move along past the dead bodies,
Step over them. Like, kinda
you
going
eventually
through.
hear the sounds of running water. And further up ahead, a pool of what looks to be silvery water is in the clearing up ahead, with the pool surface almost so still it looks like mirrored glass. In the center, a single bead of water rises up to the sky, almost magically, as it flies upwards. And standing in the center of this area is
I
another
nudge
one
Makar.
of the Dawn Pipers.
I say, don't you remember we've been here before? We were here when we got like lost, but we were actually on track. You remember
As-
that?
Yeah, they,
As soon as you say this, immediately you hear a, "Who goes there? Step out. Reveal yourself. There's nothing to fear."
I look around to the others nervously.
Well, they said there's
chat
nothing to
just-
fear.
Well, all right.
And I just come up as like, it is I. You remember us? Me and Real here.
I do recall you came through earlier.
I recall Makar said they would never come back.
I do recall. I do. I trust that
Did
you're.
you sound different?
I trust that you wish to find yourselves yet again in my embrace. No matter. There's plenty that I have to offer for those who would be willing to undertake the baptism ritual and cleanse themselves once and for all.
Now, what does this baptism entail?
Are we okay, Makar? We already agreed on the plan here. Are we really going to waste time talking? We already know what we have to do.
Well, that's right.
Let's just make this quick and easy and get it over
makes
with.
things a little interesting, but you're absolutely right.
Yes, but then
Well,
but if we keep talking to them, we're going to develop sympathy for them. And I, for one, have no sympathy for servants of the Queen, nor do
Well,
I
is
have
it
any
like-
sympathy for anyone who
Well,
wishes to destroy the world.
not everyone is a voluntary servant of the Queen. By that logic, Jet, your father is a servant of the Queen.
Forcefully.
Well,
Maybe they're forcefully doing
maybe
this
they're
too.
forcefully a servant of the Queen.
No, I'm doing it quite willingly.
Well, there you go.
So if we
Easy
asked
enough
you
for
to
me.
stop?
And Jack cast magic missile.
As soon as you do so, please make me a perception check.
I would if it would load for me. There we go. All the way at the bottom there. It was 27.
All right, you cast magic missile, and as soon as you do so, all of a sudden these missiles that fly at this dawn piper begin to blast holes directly in it. Its face sprays water around the back of its head. Another shot hit its chest, and again another hole emerges, and another as you've shot this individual. However, he doesn't seem to respond in any kind of pain or agony. He simply smiles gently.
Is that how that spell normally works?
Do we
How
all
far
notice
is it?
this?
Yes, you all do. But more specifically, you notice, with the perception check, you notice that the water levels have started to rise.
To rise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it?
Huh.
Only Jet notices this because it happens while the magic missile's happening.
Okay.
Okay, I still yes, I don't notice it because I'm me looking into the sky at that droplet that was getting higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just one droplet, or it's like a continuous little stream of droplets?
A little stream of droplets, one,
Yeah.
two, over and over again.
Is it collecting into a point, or is it like?
It seems to just be going up into the air and lost into the sky.
And then you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Young adventurers, bestill my heart with your aggressive actions. But do not worry. I do not hold any resentment for you. I understand you do not like the Queen, nor see eye to eye. In fact, me and my siblings, we didn't think that either. Not until we were shown a better way.
Well, actually, I quite understand the Queen's plight, but unfortunately, we are in a similar position in our lands from her actions.
Oh, I see. An impasse, if you would.
Yes, I see what she is trying to achieve and why, and the resentment that some hold to the Baba Yaga and the years of arbitrary reign. However, the Queen's current plan does indeed put us at an impasse.
I see. Well, this is unfortunate. This is heartbreaking. And you watch as a tear falls from his cheek, but it seems to almost be like his face is warping as the tear goes down and drips.
Not creepy at all.
As this happens, you watch as his body begins to shift, and he says, "Then unfortunately, if you wish to disrupt my queen, then I'm afraid you'll have to die. I'd much prefer beauty over brawn, but I already sense one of my kin has already fallen to your kind, and, well, I cannot simply allow you to do the same to me."
Well, some say there can be a beauty in death as well.
I'll remember these words. As she says this, she melts completely, and the body begins to merge with that almost mercury-like liquid. And as this happens, you watch as a figure rises up from underneath and lets loose a terrifying and massive yawn.
Whoa.
Well, look, you did it, Jack. Good work. He's gone.
I really
Creep
wish
more than
that
to
I
death.
had
Look at that
moments
yawn.
where I could set up tension without people breaking it and sort of cutting through it before I get a chance to, set up the mood.
I remember those days.
Yeah, crazy days.
We don't see anything on our... Are we meant to see anything on our map?
Not yet.
Okay.
Again, setting the mood.
Yep.
As the water levels suddenly still, rising out of the water, you see this rolling wave as the head of what looks to be a large scaled serpent erupts from the water's edge. It yawns with a huge toothy maw.
Ooh,
And what you see before you,
that looks like some kind of dragon.
it does indeed. You look at this creature, which I will now share with our audience. There it is.
Wow.
Also, someone mentioned that there was a plot twist.
Oh, yes,
That's
of course.
not revealed.
I will reveal the plot twist in just a moment. But in the meantime, we shall roll initiative.
What in Torag's great bushy beard is that?
All right. Let's get this going. So. One, two, three. Our plot twist is save the day.
Ooh.
That's a good one. You might need it. Okay. So, first on our initiative is Cromwell, as this large serpentous creature slithers its tongue out in your direction and tastes the air.
Well, it's never a good sign. Well, where are we from? Alright. Well,
Alright.
I don't know about this dragon, but most of them don't like being kicked in the face, so I'm going to try and do that.
All right. You attempt to go kick it in the face?
Anti-foot flying kick as part of a full attack. Flurry of blows.
All right. You jump over to there and make your attack as you attempt a flying kick.
I don't know if it will affect it, but I'll try a stunning fist on this as well.
Sure.
Never know.
Very nice. That will hit. As the flying kick fleeps out, you hit the center of its body. Deal your damage. Alright, 19 points of damage gets dealt to the dragon as your foot impacts its center body.
And the fort save is 10 plus 3 plus 5, 18.
10 plus... What, sorry? What was the total?
18.
18. Alright. That is a 24.
That's a pass. Nothing from that, but I will continue the flurry of blows.
Alright, as your first kick does not stun it, your next attacks as you continue to lay in one attack after the other. You hit the opalescent scales of the creature to no avail. Your next attack gets through, penetrating through its hide. For 15 damage. Very nice. Alright, and your last attack. Your gauntlets strike yet again for 20 points of damage. The dragon, suffering this bombardment of attacks, now takes its turn, turning its attention to the one and only individual in its path.
It was him.
Let's get him, fellas.
It was him.
Alright. It begins by attempting to bite Cromwell with large baited fangs, striking for 21 damage with a grab attempt and pulling you into the water. You dip below the surface as it grabs onto your waist and pulls you down. It begins to spiral in the ocean, in the little tiny pond that's here. And as it does so, continue to attack with claws and gore. So 2 claws as it attempts to rip into you. The first claw tearing at you for 13 points of damage. The second claw landing a critical threat,
Ooh.
but not confirming.
That's good. No.
It doesn't really need to.
No, not really.
I know.
All right. And with its final attack, attempting to slap at you with the length of its tail, because it can't gore you with its horns while you're in its mouth. All right.
Oof.
And a glorious 20 points of damage, killing Cromwell immediately.
Yep.
Do you want to use a hero point to try and stay alive?
I don't know there's any point. This thing just did 72 damage in one round.
Well, it kind of did. Mostly because it got a full round attack on someone in the opening volley, with only one person as a viable target.
But if it got a full round, how did it move?
It was part of the bite attack. So when it makes a bite attack, if it
Oh,
succeeds,
shit.
it gets to pull you into the water.
Yeah, they get grabbed like automatically.
You do have several rounds, and for the most part, you could also play dead.
Right. Yeah, okay. Well, let's use one.
Sure.
Whoa.
All right. That then leaves you with still a remaining 1 hit point. Would you like to try and play dead after its attack?
I mean, yes, but there's really no point. Like,
Attempt to make a...
anything charisma based there's no point.
you can try. Make a deception or a disguise check. So bluff or disguise. Yeah.
Bluff or disguise, it's the same on each.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So with a 6. Very well. Okay. The dragon is on the move. Rill, you are up next.
I turn and look at everyone else. Well, Cromwell's gone. I think our work is done. Ah, okay. Okay, no. Do we actually see? Do we see them both, or they're just under the water? And we can't
No.
see them?
You do see kind of where they are. You see the roiling water in the middle. You do see like scales and fins, kind of like penetrating and like sort of breaking through the surface. More importantly, that silver is now filled with red as well.
Okay. So I don't know whether or not Cromwell's alive.
Oh no, you have no idea. From the looks of how violent the attack was, if he is alive, he is not in a good way.
Right.
Because you know how much blood should be inside the body. A lot of that is now outside the body.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yes, most wounds are there anyway.
Flesh wound. Okay. So, okay. I'm going to try something. So, what is the range on that? So, 25 plus 5 feet per 2 levels. I'm going to try command. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay right where I am. And I'm going to point at the creature and go, no, drop it.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So, does this spell have a spell resistance?
Yes.
All right. I'll have you make a caster level check for me, if you'd be so kind.
Sure.
If you look on your spell, that is the CC on your above where your spell list is.
Oh yeah. The CC. So okay, concentration check.
That's the one. Ooh, with a 26? Yeah, that'll do it. All right, you break through, and now he makes a will save. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. His will is strong, because it is a 29.
Damn. So
right.
DC 26.
So as your magics try
16.
to... So as your magics try to reach out and sort of envelop the mind of this large creature, it seems to shake its head and rebuff the spell. Which... Well then...
Well, I tried.
Yeah, that's true. There was an effort made. Jet, you are up next.
Oh God. Okay. Let me open up my notes real quick. Oh yeah, I've only got 2 things written down. All right, because I know what 2 buttons of the wheelchair does. Can I choose to press a button next to one of the buttons that I know?
No. Most specifically, if you're going to map them out, we can map them out, but keeping in mind, there aren't literally 100 buttons on it, so some of them aren't literal buttons, some of them are levers, some of them are putting pressure on a plate, some of them is leaning back in your chair, some of them's tapping your foot. So you don't actually, you don't actually have a console with like...
There's 8 buttons, and then there's
Well,
like
that's
7
what I've been
others.
doing. Was I have
What you
a
mean is it
wheelchair
doesn't make any
abilities, and
difference.
I've
It'll just
literally
be
just
a random
been,
button anyway.
Correct.
Whoa.
all right, I will. We'll see how much it thrashed about. Jack's gonna cast slow on it.
All right. It
It
makes
doesn't
the
matter.
saving throw. It is not slowed.
Well, that's my turn.
All right. Done and done. As we then move swiftly on to Makar.
Okay, quick question. Do I know how the arrows would be affected me shooting into the water?
You would not need to shoot into the water. As I mentioned, its back is exposed thanks to it arcing
Okay.
through the surface.
I guess, yeah, I shoot at one of its arcs. But before I do that, can I actually... No, there's no time. No, he's in the water. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to decide because I'm like, electricity would hurt
I'm
him
hoping
because
a
if
dragon.
it hits
I don't
the
know what you're
dragon, it
about.
would also hurt Cromwell. And it's in the water, so fire wouldn't work. So I'm going to snap my fingers as ice shards kind of get grow from my fingertips, and I run it across my bow. As my bow
Magic
becomes all-
fire is not the same as fire.
Magic fire,
Oh.
if you're, I mean, specifically if you're targeting underwater, magic fire is, like, what did I say? It is half damage to underwater, but if you target the surface, which again, as I keep mentioning, it is above the surface, then it will do normal damage.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't have resistances and stuff like that normally.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it had resistances since it's like, it looks like a water
Try
dragon.
knowledge.
That takes an action, though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
does
so I
indeed.
Yeah. Actually, it's just a regular action, so I wouldn't be able to attack if I knowledged. So, right?
Sorry, it wouldn't be able to attack.
I wouldn't be able to
Oh,
attack
you
it
wouldn't be
if
able
I
to.
tried to do a knowledge.
Look, you did get an insight bonus earlier. I'd be happy to give you a knowledge check for free, just in general.
Okay, I'll take it.
Just because you're Neil.
No. Okay, what kind of check?
Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah. That is a 19.
A 19. Let's see. Your DC for this is 21, unfortunately.
Nothing.
So you do not know anything
what?
apart from the fact that this is probably a dragon of some kind.
Can I add the hero point for the +4?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes,
All
I
right.
will do that.
That is a +4. You know that this is likely a young Imperial dragon. Now, this is a Imperial lake dragon. They are prominent swimmers, love open water, love fresh seas, and they are, of course, protectors and warders. Rituals like this are definitely up their alley. And specifically, they are resistant to like storms and lightning and stuff like that, because they breathe, as a breath weapon, the torrent of the storm.
That's what I was thinking, but at the same... Because
Nice.
if I hit him, then he's still in the water. It would still go through the water and hit Cromwell. Right? The electricity?
Chief among it
I'm
being
not sure-
that chief
I'm not
among
sure
it
how
being
many
that
times
it's
you have to
immune to
throw yourself
damage.
out of the water. Maybe you need to tell him once more it's out of the water.
Well, again, to also reiterate that I've just said it's immune to electricity. So, I mean, if you really want to use electricity regardless...
It takes damage from it. Never mind. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you said it takes more damage
It controls the power of the storm and breeds out lightning.
And kills itself in the process.
Then yes, I'm going to... Yes, I will engulf my bow in a golden flame. And I will shoot the part of its body that is out.
All right. You take aim.
Well, actually, but so what
Neil.
Doesn't take it.
Well, no, I just casted it on the thing. I'm not. That was part of my arcane focus or my arcane pool.
I more mean if you take any longer, I will have your character just be stunned.
Sorry. You know what? Sure.
He wants you to do stuff.
I know he does. I'm trying to, because I was gonna cast a spell on it, but all right.
Because here's the thing, and actually, while Neil is working this out, I'm going to buy you some more time by telling everyone my rules on why I stun players during turns. We have a limited amount of time at any game table. Forget like my live games and stuff like that. You miss.
Okay.
All right. Now, this is another one of the reasons why. You can spend 20 minutes debating on what you should do right, and then you roll, and then it misses. But here's the interesting thing, right? Sometimes we get into stressful situations, and we do get to that point where we're thinking about what we should do, where we should go, how we should be, what's going to work, what's not going to work, how can I be more efficient. This is what stunned looks like in combat. Combat lasts 6 seconds per round, and if you're spending that time not being sure of what you want to do, taking a round is not a bad thing, because anytime that happens to a player, it means that it takes more time for that person to get around to their turn, giving them more time to consider. It is both something good mechanically and something good as a roleplay thing. So never be afraid to kind of have those moments of your character takes this round to figure what they want to do. We will come back to you in the next round. It's not that you've lost a turn. You have gained time. And that's an important thing to remember, okay? GM...
You can always just choose to delay to the end of the round.
You can, but also you don't need to. That's the thing, is you also don't need to do that. You can simply say, my character's going to take some more time to think. Because it gives you more time to think, and there's nothing wrong with having that time. 100%. Anyway.
Yeah.
I digress. Because a lot of people view it as a punishment. Oh, I've missed out on my turn. It's like, no, you haven't. You've just got more time to consider what you're doing. So anyway, I digress.
Yeah. I just keep forgetting that I can cast spells with my shot.
Yep, but it's also a good time. It's also a good idea to consider those things between your turns as well, as opposed to getting to your turn and then starting your considerations. All right, back to the top of the round. Cromwell, you are underwater. Right now, you are faking your death. At the moment, you notice the dragon has let you go. Now, this is not because you've necessarily fooled it, or at least you don't know if you have, because you're still kind of like, kind of moving around. But the dragon has other priorities right now, and that's something you do notice. You notice that the dragon has noticed someone's shooting arrows above it, and it seems to be paying a lot close attention to that. As you see its head sort of as it releases, you kind of turn away from you and just.
So I will wait and see what it does in that case.
Very well. Okay. The dragon will swim away. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from you if you wish to take it.
I will let it swim away at this moment.
All right. Because the others are a little bit farther outside of the pond, you watch as it uses 2 legs to crawl up onto land. Its neck, a long way out from its tail, reaches out and tries to bite Rill.
Ooh. Awesome.
It does manage to bite Rill. However, because its body is out of the water, it cannot use its swim back ability. So Rill, you just take 16 points of damage as it bites onto you and just shakes you left to right. We're going to do something cinematic here, and I'm going to use one of my Jinx points to do it. It is going to try and throw you. Can I get you to make me a combat maneuver check? No, actually,
sure.
No, you make a combat maneuver check. So this is as you're being swung around. You're going to try and grab onto something before he throws you.
Oh.
Is he using his combat maneuver bonus or defense?
CMB.
B.
I rolled it, but it must have been in the tray, and it was a 14. But I'll just roll it again.
Yep, in the chat. Not because we don't trust you, but because we want our audience to see. That's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, you reach out and you grab onto one of the trees. It snaps as the branch rips off, and you are
Can
thrown.
I use my hero point?
Yeah, do you want to reroll?
To
I
re-roll?
presume. Yeah, let's do it. Hero point for reroll. Let's see what you get.
Oh, it didn't come up. Oh, there it goes.
That's a little bit better. Tiny bit better. All right. As you shake left and right, it eventually releases you into the tree line. I need you to roll me... Oh, no, you're still far enough away. Okay. It throws you into the trees. There you go.
No.
So you are now aloft in a tree nearby. As it... just sort of growls in your direction. That is all it does. As we then go to Rill, who is now hanging in a tree, like kind of just stuck in the canopies.
Okay. Can I climb down?
Yes.
Everyone's frozen.
Make a
on
climb
my
check.
screen.
Can you hear still?
I can hear you.
Can Rill hear me?
Oh, Rill's frozen.
I think Rill has dropped out.
Oh no! Oh
The last word
no!
where everybody's frozen.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, well then he's probably frozen. He's probably gonna disconnect, and we're probably gonna break all of the stream stuff. But that's okay. We're gonna keep on jogging on. Kichiro, nope. Jet, you're up next.
Alright, Jack's gonna move right here.
All right.
And he's going to take a deep breath, and then as he does this, he shouts in Draconic, by the power of my ancestor, you will fall here now! As he uses his Amulet of Black Dragon's Breath.
What does that do?
So it lets me use a Black Dragon's Breath. He needs to make a DC 16 reflex save, I think.
He does indeed, on the nose, make the 16 on the reflex save.
Alright, so then he takes half, and it's an 8d6.
All right, make it so.
So he takes 8d6. Oh, whoops.
All right.
Eight.
Just while we're waiting for someone to join in, Tim, could you join in with your
So-
phone, please?
Whatever's half of
Thank
34
you.
acid damage.
So that is 17 acid damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, done and done. Very nice. All right, as you spew acid at it, it raises its claw, trying to shield its face, and manages to dodge most of the attack. The acid splays onto the water. He sort of hisses at you. His tongue and fronds from his back start to rattle in your direction. All right. There we go.
You may have taken my legs, but I'm going to take your life today.
What? He didn't take your legs.
No, I said he. No, that's Jack. Talking about how when he was brought back, his legs were taken by his ancestor.
Oh! Oh, right. Okay, yep. I'm with you. Have fun.
He's say
Yeah, this...
it's still a continuation in Draconic about his ancestor.
No, all good.
Dragon's confused as fuck, but
Yeah, no, this dragon's just confused as hell. Has no idea who you
Yeah.
are.
Perhaps
It's like-
if we run away some more, we'll confuse him.
It's like someone walking up to a random stranger and going, "We meet again." I don't know
first
you.
time.
Yeah, I don't know you, buddy. All right. Very well. Makar, we go to you.
Alright, seeing how a much bigger target is now available to me, I will this time be casting Ray of Enfeeblement with my shot.
All right, make your attack.
Alright. So I believe in this case, I actually have to do the spell attack but I just get the free attack with my bow separate. But I think I do have to make 2 attacks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
All right, Tim, you can. Yeah, actually, Tim, yeah, you can drop out now if you'd like.
Yep.
My internet completely died for some reason.
Dropped it on him, but it didn't. Oh, there it is. Oh, sweet.
All right, your attack will hit.
Awesome. Okay.
It doesn't have a spell resist.
It does on the. It
Also,
says Fortitude save half. You succeed on a ranged touch to strike the target. The subject takes a penalty to strength equal to 1d6 plus 1
yeah,
for 2 caster levels.
Which is an
And then
SR
the subject's
value.
strength.
Yep.
Yep, I'm reading it. Successful Fortitude save reduces this
It might
penalty
be
by
there.
half.
It's at the top.
So. What?
Neil, we're trying to tell you it's at the top where it says spell resistance, yes or no.
No, I know. I said yes.
Okay, so you need to roll that first.
Well, no, because it's a. Well, I guess, yeah, okay, so.
That's what we've been trying to tell you, Neil.
Sorry?
No, it's okay. I know that you're reading the thing. All right.
Okay.
Yes,
So it just takes half of the.
Wait,
strength
what's
then.
this? No, why are you making the saving throw? I need you to make the spell resist check.
He doesn't know what spell resist is, so
Oh,
can you
right.
explain it to the audience. And
Okay, so to our lovely audience, some creatures are resistant to any and all kinds of magic. When they're struck, this particular type of, let's say, magic armor will deactivate spells on impact. To overcome them, casters need to make a caster level check in order to try and overcome the spell resistance, lest their powers fizzle. So Neil, because it says yes, it will require a cast level check. So where your spells are, you need to press CC.
Whoops.
That's okay, we'll go with the first one. The first one is a 20. A 20, unfortunately, is not high enough to hit, which means you will do the damage from your arrow, but you will not do damage from your your Ray of Enfeeblement will fizzle. It is still spent, but the armor on the dragon will eat it up.
Yep. So then I gotta roll for the attack on the arrow, because that shoots with the...
No. You've made your... From the look here, you have made your attack with the arrow. That's perfectly fine. Just roll your damage for the arrow.
Gotcha. Okay. Not a lot, but that's 2.
Alright, 2 points of damage as the arrow plunges into the dragon. Alright, which then brings us to the top of the round.
Oh, it should be a magic, because it is a +2 longbow.
Oh, is it?
I was dropping in at
Very
the end. But I don't know if you can shuffle the order or not.
Sorry?
Sorry.
I was dropping in at the end. I don't know if you can change the order.
Oh yeah, no, I can absolutely. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just make sure Neil's arrows are magic.
Yep.
Masterwork longbow. They are not magic. You've only put piercing here.
You said he put his
There we go.
Didn't you do your Magus magic stuff
The
on
Magus
enchanted or
fire,
something?
yeah.
Yep, there you go. It is now there.
Okay,
No,
so,
you just need to
6
actually put it as the damage type.
It's only temporary when he actually powers up the bow.
Oh, okay.
My bow is a +2 already, so it's a...
Oh, then it's
+2.
always on. Yeah, if it's always a +2, then it's
should be
+2.
magic, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're coming in at the end of initiative. Go for it. It is your turn, Cromwell.
Okay.
But unless it does resist magic, that is 6 then.
How deep is the water here?
Looking around, you actually see it is reasonably deep. I'd say about 40 foot deep at the center, petering up to about maybe 10 foot around the edges of this pond. It has definitely been built and burrowed out.
Right, so the whole thing is quite deep-ish.
Yeah, it's almost like think like one of those Olympic diving pools. You know what I mean? Like the ones that you like. It's not a small distance. You know, like this is where you'd wear the scuba gear and like go down to like yeah. But it is your turn, Cromwell.
Yes. Okay, I would try and, since I'm swimming, that's half Speed? Is it?
Yes, half your speed.
Yes. I would like to try and set myself up for next round. So I want to try and hop up like here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got somewhere to push off, but I'll attempt to do it somewhat subtly.
All right, let's go with a stealth check. Ooh, 24. All right. Well, at present, that is plenty because it is not paying attention to you. It both believes that you are dead or at least not enough of a threat that it is worrying about you.
Nice. Okay.
Anything
That's all.
else?
No.
Oh, that's all? All right. We then go to the dragon. All right. No, the dragon. That's what we're doing. Dragon is going to slither further off land. As this happens, you notice that the scales start to get dry. Could I get each of my players to roll me 2d6, please?
3d6, yes.
Ooh, 9.
9.
I hope that's good.
We've got 4, 9, 7, and 5.
All right. So that is 12, 16, 21, 25. 25 points of damage to the dragon as it starts to dehydrate. And you watch as its body as just this, again, like just the water starts to evaporate from it. It is still angry and is still going to attack people. It is going to attack. Oh, do I attack the guy in the wheelchair? Now here's the thing: is
Has he got glasses on?
is it ableist of me if I attack the guy in the wheelchair or if I don't attack the guy in the wheelchair?
It's if you don't, because then you're excluding him from what everyone else is part
It's
of.
very true. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Sorry, Jet. I'm gonna eat you.
But you're also bullying the guy in the wheelchair. Either way, you're.
Oh no! Wait, no! I'm not gonna bite you. I know exactly what he's gonna do.
Is he gonna breath weapon?
Oh, he's gonna breath weapon the guy in the wheelchair.
It's a battle of the breath weapons.
Oh yeah.
I love
Okay,
it.
this is a 50-foot cone, which it is going to intentionally not include anyone but you, as it arcs. Have you ever watched Mortal Kombat? Where, you know, Liu
Yes.
Kang does that thing where he goes and turns to the dragon goes directly on top and, like, bites you in half? So he does that, and as he does so, he opens his mouth so that the 50-foot cone is just directly on you. Alright, I need a reflex save from you.
Oh boy.
Now,
A whopping +3.
wait, how do you
Wait,
have a
do I-
+3
Is it
with
less
no
'cause you're in
legs?
a wheelchair?
Because you said that now that I'm in the wheelchair, I gain my dex back.
You did say that he gets his dex bonus back.
Fair, okay. Because, yeah, you're
What do I
moving.
have? You know what? Will a nat 20 save me?
Will a nat 20 save you? It'll halve the damage you're going to take.
That's the best you can get.
You know what? I only have 43 health, and I know that breath weapon's gonna hurt. I will.
Well, would
use
you
my
like to
nat
see how
20.
much damage? Would you like to see what how much damage the breath weapon does
Let's
first?
see what you roll first. You might
You know
roll.
what? Yeah, we'll do that. It's a 50. That's a fail.
All right. Well, that will not save you from the damage, but the damage is
It's only
40. Yeah,
You'll be
40,
fine.
40 points of damage.
What's 40
Ah.
You don't have to use the nat 20, but you can if you want.
I'm not gonna, but if it had it done more than my health, then I would have.
All right. Bloody, bloody, blah. Okay, yep. This is a torrent of water that just smashes down on you like a tidal wave. It hits you hard. It hits you from top to bottom. You are drenched as you take 40 points of damage. All right. That is what the dragon does. It is not happy about any of this, but there we go. Rill, now, because you did miss out your last turn, I will give you an extra standard action in this round as Just like something you did last round, in a nutshell.
Medic.
You'll have to share the map with me again.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry, I haven't got a map for some reason.
Done and done.
Awesome. Medic. I'm in a tree. How much help can I be?
All right, what do you want to do?
We shall
Okay.
see.
Dragon probably knows I'm here.
I'm giving it through you there, probably.
So, does that mean I can cast 2 spells?
Yeah, if you want to.
Good.
Sure. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach through the branches. And my arm comes out. And then fire ripples through my arm, and a fireball erupts, and I'm going to place it diagonally behind the dragon.
All right, I'm gonna place it. You just tell me where you want it.
That looks about
Something
right.
like that.
All right,
How's that look?
All right, one moment. All right, you locking that in?
Yeah, if I'm able to.
Yeah.
It'd probably be on the edge of the water, because that's probably as
Yep,
far as I
100%.
can see. Probably something like that, because it's probably
So
as
what's
far as I
the-
can see.
Well, I've centered it on the location you've pinged, which is right there. So,
Okay, well, it
I-
wouldn't be probably wouldn't be there. It'd probably
well,
be,
keeping in mind,
I'm not sure.
you also do not know where Cromwell is from where you are. So,
that's why
Cromwell,
I don't even know if he's alive.
correct. So, Cromwell, I do need you to make me a reflex save. As will the dragon. The dragon will get a 17 on their reflex. Cromwell will get a natural 20 on their reflex save. Dwah, dwah, dwah. Yeah.
And I've got a version.
So DC's 18.
DC's 18. Oh, he fails. Oh, what do I do here?
6 point.
Isn't Fireball affected by spell resist?
Oh, yeah, it is. So you'll need to make a caster CC check, if you would be so kind.
Yeah,
That's
'cause I
fine. Yep,
have it as
you'll make
well.
it. Yeah, no.
That's concentration, not caster level.
Oh, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, so you don't get your bonuses for that one. So you would lose 6 of that, which is still 22, which is still enough.
Nice.
All right. All right.
Ooh,
Now,
alright.
26 damage. He takes it. He is not looking healthy as the fireball explodes directly onto the dragon. It is not looking good. It is sizzling. It is burnt. It is dehydrating. Jet, you're up next.
I get one more action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, you do. My apologies.
Am I able to clamber down?
We just
Uh,
had a,
tree.
Yes. Move action, easy.
Eh.
Climb check.
we just had a raid come in if you want to do it.
Ooh, we had a raid. Who's raiding?
Yep.
Who? How dare you? Who
Arrow.
dare you? Hey, Arrow15. Nice to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for bringing your community here. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name's Mike. Dad is a gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We're playing Pathfinder. Pathfinder Rain of Winter. If you don't know who I am, then check this out. Boom. I'm up for a nomination for a crit award for Best Pathfinder GM. If you want to vote for me, there's a thing here. Right now, our heroes are trying to stop a ritual from destroying the Baba Yaga's dancing hut. They have killed one of the guardians. They are now well and truly on their way of killing the second one, which is this pond lake dragon right here. We have Cromwell, our monk, in the water, having been chomped on. We have our wheelchair-ridden sorcerer, who has been torrentially downpoured. We have our arcane archer, now in melee with the dragon. And in a tree, after having been lobbed there by the dragon, is Rill, our cleric. Rill is currently climbing down the tree and making their way down to help. You've one more action. What do you want to do with it?
Am I able to, as I climb down and get to the bottom, take my wand back out,
Yep.
click and twist, and move down? No, I'll move beside Jet. Why not?
All right. As you do
And,
so, that is an attack of opportunity. As it
Cast my
opens,
wand.
moving through its threatened area. It will open its jaws and try to swallow up the healer before he can lend any more aid to the allies near him. with a chew and a chomp. That is 15 points of damage as you feel the knife-like shards of its teeth dig into your body.
Into the tree.
It is not enough to kill you. Oh, Jinx point. Yeah, you know what? Let's go back in the tree for you. Jinx point. Combat maneuver. Let's see if you can stop it from throwing you. You know what? This time it'll throw you in the lake.
Over its head.
Alright, with 13, that is not enough. You do have your nat 20.
Nah.
Alright. Over the shoulder and into the lake. Roll me a d8, please. As the dragon grabs you by the shoulder and hoiks you into the air. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. What armor are you wearing as you splash into this water?
He's naked.
Stone.
Stone.
I'm wearing stone.
Alright, you sink.
But he doesn't take fall damage, right?
No, you don't take fall damage. No, none of that. But you are resting. Let's see. I have no way to validate stone not immediately sinking you to the bottom. Make a swim check. With a negative 16, I think. What's your armor check penalty?
40 foot of movement in a turn is not unreasonable anyway.
No, it's not, but it's also like a death. It's the equivalent of death. Wait, where is your stone armor?
It says stone lamella.
Oh, it's still lamella. Okay, cool. If it's still lamella, then that's fine. Let me just check on some details here. Apologies, chat. Let me. Armor check penalty negative 6. Why is that not applying to your stuff? Oh, weird. That is not applied to you.
Yeah, because dwarves, it doesn't matter about their armor. I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is.
No, I'm pretty sure they still get the armor check penalties.
I don't know.
Let me
I
just
thought they
check.
didn't get it for encumbrance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't get it for encumbrance, but let me just double check. Yeah, no, you should still have it. I don't know why it hasn't applied. Pardon me while I do a quick bit of rudimentary maths here.
Speed is never modified by armor.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure why it hasn't applied, but we're going to apply it anyway. I think maybe it's because the stone lamella just has got a broken code, but that is fine.
Yeah, so dwarves don't ignore modifier, they just ignore speed. So.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
That's okay. We can fix that up. But what that does mean is that is a
10.
Nope. That will be a negative 12 to your swim check.
Okay.
So that is a 4, which means you do not, and you will sink into the water.
It's double for swim, isn't it?
Correct. Yes, it is doubled for swim.
Now, since I'm dead, do I need to breathe?
Technically speaking, you are not dead. You're in a stasis between the points in which you are dying. So yes, you do need to breathe. However, if you magically turn to ice right now, you would technically float. That would be convenient. Bye. See you later. Okay. As pardon?
So,
Why is he dying?
Remember the backstory stuff?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the backstory stuff. All right. So, Rill.
So I'll tap myself on the head with the wand instead, since I can't reach Jet now.
Sure, no problem with there. And you heal yourself. Bling!
10 points.
Done.
Bing.
All right. Which then brings us to Jet. Next to the dragon.
So, in order to cast a spell within melee range, I have to do
Combat casting. In order to cast without provoking an attack of opportunity, your DC is 15 plus double the spell level.
Okay, so yeah, that's not gonna. Oh, my spell fizzles out.
All right.
Unless actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna nat 20 that.
Yeah. All right. Nat 20 on your cast level check. Okay, what are you casting?
I'm casting Fire Breath.
That'll hit. Deal your damage. Oh no, that's the save. All right. Half damage to the dragon.
Yep, so
But that still might get it. Maybe.
Takes
Ooh.
7 fire damage.
It is still kicking.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. As the fire breath erupts over the dragon, it's still there. You can see that most of the steam is now smoking from its flesh. Its skin now becoming leathery and almost pale white in color. As we go to Makar.
You're
Makar
muted.
is muted.
Oh, I was? What? I never hit it. Okay, weird. Sorry. So since I'm in melee, I don't like being in melee because I can't shoot it.
Sure.
I could shoot it, but it would attack me.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing how injured it probably looks, I'm going to take that chance. So if you want to make an opportunity attack against me, because I'm going to shoot it in the face from here.
Well, I would, except Rill has already used the attack of opportunity for this round.
Yeah!
And it does
So,
not
like,
have combat reflexes.
from right underneath it, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to say, should have looked where he leaped, and then I shoot him.
All right, let's see you make
I
the
don't
attack.
know, it just...
Let's see if you've got an attack that your mouth can cash.
I'm going to do it with Ray of Frost.
Sure.
So frost kind of shows up at the end of my arrow as I go to shoot this flaming frost arrow.
Sure. So you'll still need to make your
And-
attack with the arrow first, so just make your longbow
and
attack.
it does have spell resist, so I will roll. the
Let's start with your
CLC.
attack first, because it's not going to matter if you
Okay.
miss.
Sorry. Natural 20!
Jinx point, reroll the natural 20.
Oh! Okay.
That'll miss!
Oh. Dang. Okay.
As you've gone for the critical hit, it strikes it.
Oh, I don't have
in the-
any hero points, so never mind.
It strikes it in the jaw, but then it just simply turns its head upwards and allows the arrow to pass up harmlessly into the sky.
Ah. Dang it.
All right. That is all. Cromwell, we'll move to you.
I'm gonna back up since
You're gonna
I
back
couldn't
up?
do anything, so
Sure.
I have 20. Okay, that's all I go. And all right, good luck, Jet.
Oh, okay, I see. You're not going to take any damage for Jed, who's got 1 hit point left? Okay.
I got 3.
You'll be fine.
You guys,
Two more than I need.
you guys don't know how you guys don't know how team health management works, do you?
All right, let's try a flying kick into its spinal cord back place.
All right.
Flanking with Jet.
Make your attack.
And why not? Let's throw a stunning fist in. Maybe we'll get a 1.
Maybe.
I grabbed the wheelchair and pulled him with me. That would have been funny.
All right, that'll hit. Do your damage. And with a flying kick from the water, you hit its back. And as this creature dies, instead of like pouring out blood and guts and things like that, you watch as it lurches forward and shrivels to about the size of like a household lizard. And it is now just stark white and completely desiccated.
Wow.
I'm melting.
It almost feels like the thing we should scoop up into a jar.
Take it with you.
All right. And with that, our heroes have
Um,
slain the second of the ritual keepers. Again, you watch as the water that was rising into the air suddenly stops and it slams back into the water. You can see that the water now goes from being that silver mirrored color to just being normal, like kind of pale and white.
I
But
just want
we
to
are
make
not
sure this
out of the
desiccated
woods.
thing isn't going to come back with like a drop of water and I'll just crunch it into the ground.
The snowy ground?
Well, it's already on the snowy ground, so...
Let's just say, for the sake of it and purposes, you pick it up and you wrap it in some cloth and you put it aside to destroy
Okay.
in a fire somewhere.
Chuck it into a fire.
Do I need to swim out?
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
But
All right.
Can you swim out?
Now, let's convert the map a little bit here, shall we? Here we are, underwater. According to how I'm doing things. Okay,
Yep.
each one of these is representing a 10-foot drop, with 40 foot being the top. You are currently, so that's the surface.
So then
5
you'd be
foot,
right at the bottom.
10 foot, 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot. Okay, cool. So you are down there.
So he has to make it to the top next to where I am.
So this is effectively the surface of the water,
Okay.
and this is the bottom. Okay, and you are in the center of the lake, Rill. Okay.
No.
As you hold your breath, what is your constitution score?
A lot worse now that he's old.
13.
13. So you have 13 rounds in which to escape before you drown. Every action that you take that is not a move action... Sorry, let me rephrase. You have one move action for free, and you will still tick down one. But any action you take that exerts more than that will take down a second round of this. Once you hit 0, you start making fort saves until you fail, at which point you'll drop to 0 hit points. And if you fail a second time, you will die.
So every action, including a move or a standard, will.
Yeah, a move. One move is fine. 2 moves will cost.
But that one move is basically still ticking down 1 in that round anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. The question is, what are you doing? Take the moment.
Swimming.
Set the scene. Tell me how you are.
I am swimming out.
You're going to try and swim out? Very well. You try to, but you are far too heavy and unable to move from your current spot.
Can we see in the water?
A few bubbles are popping up that you can see.
Rill can swim, right?
He looked like he was wearing pretty heavy armor.
Because, like, if you look at my score, there's no way with any roll that I can get out. So
Well, we can't look at your score, unfortunately, so that's why we.
Yeah, not you guys, but yeah.
If you'd like,
There's no way. Not even rolling natural 20s, I can't get out. So I might as well just drown.
I can.
You can walk on the bottom.
I know that.
I could always shoot some rope down to him. Maybe we can pull him out.
But you also risk accidentally shooting him.
Well, I'm not gonna shoot him. I'll shoot near him.
You don't know where he is. You can't see into the water.
Is it dark in the water? Could I see down there with dark vision?
No.
You could pass me the rope, and I can
just ask
swim
him.
down and try and find him. Can you cast light on the rope?
I'm down to 11.
Yeah,
Actually-
I can.
So if you cast
12.
light
It's
on the
not your
rope,
turn yet.
Then
Okay.
I can take it down, and I should be able to see him.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. As you discuss this and get the rope ready, Rill, can I get you to make another... Well, decide what you want to do. As you are under the sea.
I try to swim out.
All right. And you fail.
Yeah, took a 1.
All right.
-1.
Very well. Next up, we go back to our lovely... Oh, no.
Wait, before you cast a light, because that's a spell that uses a slot, right?
No.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Okay. I guess yeah. Go ahead.
All right. You have a rope that has light on it. It is now the other party members' turns. What are you guys going to do?
Water, the most deadly obstacle in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can swim, but I can't really hold my breath for long. So I could always stay up here with one under the rope and pull them up with you guys up.
I was gonna say you could also tie the rope to the wheelchair. That way, I can just.
It's probably better if we tie the rope off to something a bit more solid. But,
We'll just tie it to a tree.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. You spend this
will try to-
round discussing. Rill, what do you do now? I want to get the Sonic the
Try to swim
Hedgehog. I want to get the Sonic the Hedgehog view.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. You continue to try and swim out as you attempt to do
That
so,
worked.
make me the swim check.
I did it, but I don't think it worked.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, close but no cigar. -10. You are unmoving. And we're now down to 10 rounds. All right.
All right, I will jump in with the rope.
Very well. As you jump in with the rope, you begin to look underwater. Now that it is not silver in color, it is more clear for you to be able to see where it is going. Let's make a perception check as you try to look around for Rill at the bottom of this 40-foot depth. With a 26, thankfully your keen eyes do see Rill 40 foot down. Can I get you to make me a swim check, please, as you swim down towards him? 26, very nice. Easily you move. What is half your move speed?
Half my movement is 40 foot, so 20 foot.
Okay. So 1 action to perception and 20 foot out, which means that you are now 5, 10, 15, 20. So you are almost directly above Rill at this point on the surface.
Okay.
So I'm just going to move you to the top so that way the audience can pretend as if we're underwater. So there you go. So there you go. That is where you are. Rill, make a perception check.
we also got an insight bonus.
Oh, insight bonus. Insight bonus. Really, you should walk around the bottom towards the exit.
Although he did say it was specifically for Makar.
What's that?
Towards
Oh, it was
the
for me?
exit.
Oh, for Makar?
I don't
Oh,
know.
never mind.
What does that
Makar.
mean?
Makar. I don't know. Makar, you can hang on to that insight bonus. Let me know when you want to use it.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Rill, what was that?
You said walk around the bottom towards the exit. What does that mean?
That means you're in the center of the lake, and you're currently on the bottom. Instead of swimming, trying to walk along the bottom of the pond towards one of the banks, picking whichever bank you'd like to.
Oh,
It's not like a wall. It's you can like walk.
Yeah.
There.
So, well, which direction would you like to go? And what is half your move speed?
I got 27 on my perception. Do
I
I see anything?
didn't ask for a perception.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, I think that's to see Cromwell. So looking up, you can see Cromwell heading down towards you. You do see that beam of light coming from the rope above you. So you do know that he's on his way there. That being said, it's up to you as to how much you want to weigh, wearing your stone armor.
Would you want to weigh? I want to wear nothing.
Yeah.
Half in the water?
Hmm?
And would it be half in the water? The weight?
No.
Okay. Can I ready my action to reach out and like try and grab his hand or as such?
Sure. Yeah, you can ready an action to assist. So you plant your feet and you kind of reach up, trying to help drag him down to, like, you know, not drag him down, but like drag him to secure yourself. Nope, not a problem there. All right. Cromwell, you are continuing to swim down. Now, have you left part of the rope with the others?
We
Yeah,
tied
I
it
think
off.
we're gonna tie it to a
You've
tree.
tied it off. You've tied it to a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it
So,
looked like on the map there's one near the edge of the water, but
so right here. So that is 5,
so,
10, 15.
yeah.
Okay. And then now you're heading down.
Yep.
So swim check. 25, 35, 45. All right. You are swimming down. You aren't quite there yet, but you are making good headway. As Cromwell is bringing the rope down. Avarin has given an insight bonus to Rill to cover the freebie. So there you go. All right. I presume continuing to ready an action.
Yeah. He's
Jump.
looks like he's probably almost to me, so
All right. I'm just gonna wipe these out. I'm getting annoyed at them because they're not obeying me.
Okay.
All right.
I think we got the idea.
Yeah. Okay. Very well. Next round, then, I need another athletics check. You only have 8 rounds remaining. All right, Cromwell, you do manage to swim down, and now at this point, Rill, you've secured yourself. But while you can secure yourself to Cromwell, the rope is 50 foot long and does not quite reach where Rill is. So Rill, you kind of hobble over to where it is, and you're just trying to reach, but because you can't reach it, you can reach Cromwell's arm. So Cromwell, you're kind of the link between the rope and Rill.
Okay.
Okay.
Soon. Oh,
Okay, so now what?
I think me and
I'll
Jet
start
were
hauling
looking.
on it to get him unstuck or get him moving towards back to where the rope is tied.
I start walking in the direction of where he came.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you're heading. You're kind of heading in that direction. All right. At this point, you're still on the bottom though. What are the guys on the top doing?
I'm waiting, assuming with Jet, to see when we either feel tug.
You do
or-
feel
'cause
the
if
tug?
it's- Okay. And so I think that's the signal. We should probably start pulling out, and I'm gonna start attempting to pull the rope up.
All right.
I don't
Strength
know.
check.
Yeah, I don't know what
Good.
conversation you had, but we didn't talk about any signals.
I don't know. Maybe it was just something in his head. Uh-oh.
Well, Jet, you can make a strength
Yeah.
check as well if you like.
There we go.
Can I like grab and pull myself along? Cromwell
Nope. Because
towards the
oh,
rope?
towards Cromwell. I mean, I guess yeah.
And,
I
like,
don't mind that.
Pull myself along his body
Yeah.
towards the actual rope he's holding.
Yeah. Make a Cromwell. Make a combat maneuver check. All right, Cromwell. Unfortunately, as Rill is pulling up you, the weight of him has ripped you off the rope.
Although I get a +2 if it's for grapple.
It's not for grapple. It's more akin to a climb check than anything else. You can use a hero point if you like. That's to Cromwell.
That's right. I'll just try and grab it again.
Okay. So that then brings us to 6. Okay. Makar, you pull on the rope, and as you do, you feel it suddenly go slack. As there is
I
no
stopped
one.
pulling.
Yep, you stop pulling. Okay. The rope is now 10 foot away from you guys. And hovering, and just kind of like, there's no current or tide or anything here. So it's just hovering there in the meantime. All right, Cromwell and Rill.
I walk towards the edge of the direction the rope came from.
All right, so you are now 10 foot, well, it's now 10 foot above you. Cromwell, you're just a little bit away. If you
Yep,
want to,
oh.
you can try to swim back and kind of, again, try to...
Yeah, I'll just try and swim and grab it.
All right, let's see it.
So how far can I move?
Only about 10 foot. Wait, you've got a 20 foot move speed?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so
exactly
10
foot.
foot. Yeah, so 10 foot. All right,
10 foot?
so Cromwell swims above you, reaches down, grabs hold of the rope, grabs hold of you as well, or presuming you allow it, reaches down to grab you as well, and you have now reattached. Do you pull for Makar to tug you again?
Well, we never talked about that. He's making it up at the moment.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, what is the call? What do you do then? Do you just hang on to it?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've tied it to a tree, so I want to use that to haul us both further across.
All right. You'll have to
I
do
don't
it
know what
in
he's
the.
trying to do, but he's trying to just yank it out of our hands.
All right. So you'll need to do that in the following round because this round you've gone there and tried to grab onto it. All right. So this round now, Cromwell is trying to pull. Now you're trying to do this with one hand, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah, so I'll have one on the rope and one on him.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna need a climb check from you.
Okay.
All right. With that, you do make it 10 foot up. So now you've gone from 40 foot to 30 foot to the surface. You watch as more of the air bubbles Rill just start to leave you. You're feeling that pressure on your neck and on your lungs. Your ears are starting to pound from just your heart rate just increasing, trying to get as much oxygen flow while you're holding your breath as long as you can. Are you going to do anything in this certain circumstance?
Can I reach the rope?
Right now, no. Well, oh, actually, no, because Cromwell moved up 10 foot, so now, yes, you can reach the rope if you'd like.
Try and pull myself along the rope.
All right, you grab hold of it. Make a climb check.
Oh, that's a nice roll.
All right, with a 10, unfortunately, while you're underwater, that is going to only move you another 5 foot, so you and Cromwell are kind of in the same spot here.
It's better than 0 feet.
Yes, that's true. All right. But that will take up an extra round.
Why is that?
Because oh yeah, no, that's true, because this would technically count as your move action. No, sorry, my apologies. So yes, that will only count as one. All right, Makar, again, you're on the surface with Jet. Are you guys doing anything?
Do we feel the tug?
You do. You definitely feel tugs.
Then I will attempt to pull.
All right, strength checks
I'm
if
gonna
you'd
do
be
it
so
slower
kind.
this time. I'm
Sure.
do it slower this time, just because I don't want them falling off. Man.
All right, you start to
17.
pull slower. So you are now... And Jet... Okay, cool. So you are now at 20 foot from the surface as you are being pulled upwards by both Makar and Jet.
Nice.
All right, following round. Rill, you're still holding onto Cromwell, or are you just holding onto the rope now?
I'm holding on the rope.
Okay, Rill, it's up to you. Make a climb check as you attempt to move further up.
9.
A 9 is a failure. You do not progress.
He doesn't fall, so that's good.
Rill, you have just gained 3 hero points from our dear friend McClover! And 1 hero point for Cromwell.
Thanks.
The people do not wish for you to drown.
Well,
Hey!
Just yet.
Welcome in, Fem Gamer Party. Welcome in. You're ready. You're just in time to watch us deal with the most dangerous creature known to all of Dungeons and Dragons kind, and that is, of course, a body of water. One of our heroes who is wearing stone armor has been thrown by a dragon into the ocean. Well, not into the ocean, into like a small pond. It's 40 foot deep, and they're currently trying to climb their way back up. Right now, they are 20 foot from the surface of the water, but there is only 2 rounds remaining before Rill, our cleric, starts to suffocate. He's currently holding onto a rope being pulled up by Makar and Jet, our sorcerer and our arcane archer, while Cromwell, the monk, is down there as well, trying to help them up, trying to help them get higher. All right, Cromwell, you see that Rill is struggling to climb up this rope. The heavy armor is still kind of dragging him down a bit, and he's trying to get his hand over hand to pull up, but it's just not working.
Can I just go and break the straps across his shoulder to try and just sunder the armor off?
Indeed, I believe you can. I will throw this out there into a player space, because I will obviously not consent to destroying another player's armor unless they're okay with it. So, player to player. Brune, how do you feel about your armor being destroyed?
Well, broken, not destroyed.
If it is broken, it will need to be repaired. Yeah. Well, no, because if it's broken off, it will fall to the ground. Yeah, exactly. It'll sink to the bottom. Yeah.
Like stone.
Correct. In fact,
Stone
like
armor?
the stone armor you're wearing. But yeah, like I said, obviously I'm not gonna, as a GM, let you go without armor and
Well,
stuff like that.
I will gesture at his straps and then see if he nods or not. Otherwise, I'll try something else.
Keeping in mind that does give you technically a plus 12 to your swim.
Well, I'm not using my.
Well, it gives you gives you a plus 6 to your climb.
I don't want to go armorless. But if I
Shakes his
die,
Very
head.
true.
All right, so
Very true.
I
Alright.
will
I'll
instead,
always go down and grab
I will
it.
instead swim back to the bottom, and since he's only halfway up, I know normally we get half movement in the water, but can I use the hero point to launch and do my 20 foot and get the whole 20 foot jump off the bottom and fly and kick his ass?
Oh, still there.
I will allow it. However, I will say that you will need to make an attack at disadvantage to try and boot him out of the water.
So that's what, -4?
Yeah.
Just flying.
No. At disadvantage is you'll roll twice, take the lower result.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we had that in.
Yeah, I mean, we have Pugwumpies and other things that do it in Pathfinder, so I'm using that logic.
I land in a tree somewhere. And the tree skewers and kills me instead.
All right. So, question: do you wish to take this up, Cromwell? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. So, swimming down to the bottom of the water, you watch as Cromwell places his feet on the bed underneath the lake, looking up and seeing this big stony backside holding onto a glowing rope. Rill is hanging on as Cromwell then kicks off the ground and attempts to use basically this large, like, kind of spiraling kick upwards. As that attack flies up, the disadvantage, the 5 is definitely going to miss. But if you want,
count as flat-footed though.
Pardon?
Does he count as flat-footed?
Technically, I don't see why not. Yeah, he would count as flat-footed. Well, entangled, which is the same thing. So that would give you a +2. What's your AC, Rill?
Normally 21.
That will hit then. But you do still have
Yeah.
disadvantage. So you do need to roll one more time. Yeah. So that might.
Oh,
that takes you
I could add a
just.
+4 to that.
Unfortunately, because you've used a hero point for this roll already, you will not be able to use another hero point for it. So
Can I give him mine?
You cannot give him yours. All right. You do harpoon just past him. Unfortunately, again, this is a maneuver you've never tried before. It is underwater. Unfortunately, you just by the skin of your teeth miss. However, what I'm going to do is, Rill, can you make me a percentage roll, please? Because what I am willing to do is, while you're not able to kick him out of the water, maybe you can still kick him further up. No, you do not. Rill, unfortunately, you do not get kicked further up. You do feel a swift thwop on the backside, but it barely dents you as you... Yeah. All right, which brings us to the final round before we start making saves. Makar and Jet, can we get some strength checks from you as you're trying to frantically pull them up? You realize Rill's been down there for a while. This can't be good. Boys, that's not enough to pull a dwarf wearing stone armor through the water. As you try, it just isn't doing it. Your feet start to slip under the muddy banks at the edge. Your wheels don't get traction as you're trying to pull backwards on your wheelchair. It's just not working. All right.
Oh, sorry. Wouldn't it be against his touch? Because I just wanted to touch him.
No, you do actually need to hit him with enough force. So this wouldn't be a touch. Touch is literally you ignore the armor because the armor isn't causing any resistance. But in this case, yes, the armor is intentionally absorbing impact, as is water and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, we now go back to Rill and Cromwell. Rill, you are 20 foot from the surface.
Sure. I'm going to climb along the rope, I guess.
All right, let's make that climb check. Hand over hand, once again.
Oh.
That does
I
not
can
take
use
you...
I can use the hero point to re-roll it, but it's probably not going to get much better than that.
It's true. You need a 12. That's all you need to get up. Well, to progress, should I say. Hey! Look at that. A wizard doesn't roll higher or lower. He rolls precisely as he means to. All right, with a 12, yes, hand over hand, you are now 10 foot from the surface. You can see just above you the light just glowing from above you as you can see you're almost there. It's just within reach. Cromwell, are you doing anything?
And then I pass out and die.
Well, you might not. I mean, maybe. There's fort. Remember, you get to 0 and then there's fort save. So.
How far away from the surface is he?
10 foot.
10 foot.
How deep is the water at this point if it angles outwards?
It's 10 foot, Neil. Also, thank you to Totality for joining with Twitch Prime. Good to see you, buddy.
I will. I'll swim up to him and I'll give him a kiss.
All right, make a swim check.
Breathe into his mouth.
Would I have moved, like progressed towards the bank?
Yeah.
Like how far?
You're almost there. I mean, maybe about 10, 15 foot. All right, with your swim check.
Before the actual bank itself?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so...
hang on. No, don't move yourself, because again, we're working off a different thing, because we're looking at the depth of your character. Thank you. All right, now, as you begin to swim upwards, Cromwell turns Rill around and attempts, and this is again always going to be with consent, to plant a kiss on Rill. Does Rill resist with his bushy beard?
I grab the back of his head and I pull him in.
All right. As you do so, now, Cromwell, you've been down here for the better part of, I want to say, 8 rounds. Every round, I'd say, between your own survivaling swim check plus helping Rill, we have doubled that, so we're going to go with 16 rounds having been passed. What is your total constitution score?
It is 12.
12. So that means you've got 24 rounds, you've spent 16, you have 8 more rounds before you will start suffocating.
Yep.
And Rill will start suffocating at the end of this round.
Yep.
All right. You can shave off any amount from your pool of 8 remaining rounds. You can even give him all 8 if you'd like, to help him breathe.
It's probably hard to kind of judge. I'll just say that I give him a good breath. That would be like 6 out of 8 left.
All right. Rill, you have acquired 6 rounds, and Cromwell, you are now down to 2 rounds before you will suffocate. At the end,
confused. He thought he was just receiving like his final kiss. Like he gets this breath of air.
Any kiss to be fine is a kiss goodbye.
All right. That brings us to 5 rounds and 1 round. Top of the round, Jet and Makar. Can you pull our heroes to safety? Let's find out. Make your strength check as you're pulling on the rope.
One good pull. Oh no! No!
The both of you slip and you go into the water. Now, fortunately, you are on the bank, but you are now of no help to them until you get yourselves out. But
right.
you have both just slipped in.
I would like to use a hero point to re-roll that.
Yeah, you may use a hero point. All right, let's kick the wheelchair into gear as you attempt the re-roll. Yes, as Makar goes into the water, Jet, you pull, you slam on the brake of your wheelchair and you just grind to a halt. This is enough to pull them up another 5 feet for this one, only because Jet fell in. So you are now both 5 foot away from the surface of the water as we now go back to Rill and Cromwell underwater. All right.
I'll kick off Rill and go to the top and.
Make a swim check. Don't roll a natural 1.
Yeah, I'll just swim up.
And then I'll just.
Oh! All right, fine. All right, you swim up to the surface and you take a deep breath in. You start breathing in frantically, and yes, indeed, you are now at full breath. Rill.
I'm just gonna try and climb.
Make your climb check. You're nearly there. One last check. Yeah! With a nat 20! Boom! You pull yourself out from the water and you scramble, breathing deep. Your beard is heavy. You vomit out a little bit of the water that's come out. As the others start to now pull you closer to the bank, eventually you find your footing. Both you and
like
Cromwell
was tying me down to the bottom.
both you and Cromwell are pulled to safety by Makar and Jet. You all kind of like lie on your backs on the banks of this water, this little pond here. You're just breathing heavily. You are exhausted.
Now we freeze to death.
Can we just go and fight another dragon now?
Yeah, this was ironically harder than fighting the dragon. Now, Rill, to give you some perspective, let's see, your armor. Let me just take a quick look here. According to your stats here, your armor weighs 45 pounds. And I believe that is before it is stone. So 45 times 4 is... What's 45 times 4? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of pounds. And that is how much your armor weighs. And never before has it felt so heavy as to when it was waterlogged and dragging you down.
180.
All right. You catch your breath. But for the most part, however, you are safe and secured here on the edge of the now purified lake. And of course...
Where I rip out my trusty wand. And then I go to town on myself.
Well,
with it.
wow, whoa. This is a PG show, mate. Okay? Just... Also, calm down. I got you. As you are making your way, breathing, kind of heavily and trying to, like, sort of, again, find your breath and the like, you suddenly hear the sounds of silver bells coming from nearby.
Silver bells.
Yeah, like kind of like, the jingling bells.
Is it smoke?
No, it is not smoke. It is a little worse.
No.
I'm scared and confused.
From nearby, you hear the sounds of a small wagon. A tiny wheeled carriage with what looks to be a very happy, smiling, yet rather cheeky-looking individual at its helm, who seems to have been watching the whole thing unfold and has miraculously showed up just in time. You see a halfling individual who looks to you and says, "Well, would you look what the cat dragged in? If I didn't know any better, I'd say that y'all look like you've been run through the ringer once or twice too many." Standing before you
Wait,
is
Yeah, it's
is that who I think it is?
yeah.
this individual right here. There we go.
I fucking knew it.
With clothes made of gold and black, he looks towards you all with a warm and hearty smile. He says, "Can I interest anyone in a hot cocoa then?"
Oh, I
You know
don't-
what?
I just
Yes,
put an arm
please.
straight up.
He
Like a
you
cupped hand straight up.
you watch as he hands you what looks to be a small thermos with piping hot cocoa. There is also a marshmallow floating in it.
I'll take
I'm
one.
holding it. I'm holding it up like that.
Yep.
I probably don't see that.
Well, what about the rest of you? Anyone else? Come on. You must be freezing your
Jet
tits off.
Also raises his hand.
You
Yeah,
get a
I'd
hot
take one.
You get a hot cocoa. You get a hot cocoa. Oh, come on, big fella. I'm sure you could use one too. Don't tell me you've taken a vow of not chocolate things.
Well, I've already promised someone else I'd have a drink after all this is done.
Oh, you can have one there too.
How did I know? As soon as you said merchant halfling, how did I know?
Oh, go on.
I'll have a sniff.
It smells sweet and chocolatey. Even touching the cup is very warm. Which, given that you've just dumped into an ice bath...
Yes, the warmth is nice. I'll hold the cup.
Very well. Those of you who drink from the cup, who drinks the warm, piping hot liquid? Very well. Rill drinks from the liquid.
Oh, yeah.
I put a little
Jet
bit of
does
snow
too.
in it. to
Jet
cool
does
it
too?
down a tiny bit,
Yes.
and then I'll drink it, so it's not as piping hot.
Very well.
Yeah.
And Cromwell is just holding it. Alright, we're now going to use one of my favorite mechanics in the game. Do or die.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no!
It's poison.
Of course.
Alright.
Put
I
So-
got
too
an
much
extra
chocolate
save
in.
against poison.
Well,
You put
considering
too much
that who it is,
All right.
it wouldn't surprise me.
So, here we go. Do or die. Coin, here we go. Alright. Jet, let's start with you.
It's die, isn't it?
That is the die card.
I knew it.
You heal 20 hit points.
Oh.
However, your mouth is now filled with a sticky licorice taffy. It permeates your breath and it seeps into your nose. It is this horrible, bitter, very aniseed flavor that you cannot shake. Your food for the next 48 hours will all taste of licorice.
Regular or black licorice?
Black licorice.
Oh, I love black licorice. Perfect.
Well, does
Regular
Jet like
licorice.
black licorice?
Yes.
All right, very well. Okay, Macaw.
Yeah.
All right. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I should probably hold on.
Hey.
If I spin it, if I spin it like that, it's not always gonna land on one side, is it?
Could stay in inside
Maybe.
forever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Actually, you know what? Let me try flipping it. There we go. I think that's going to be easy. All right, here we go.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Yes!
Yep. Because I kept landing on exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. All right. Macaw. As you
Yeah.
drink, you heal 40 points of hit points. And in addition,
That
you have
puts you
now
at
got
max.
a heightened sense of smell that lasts for 48 hours. This heightened sense of smell gives you +4 on any scent-based perception check, as you have a very refreshing blast of cinnamon and nutmeg mixed into your hot cocoa.
Nice. How long?
48 hours.
Sweet.
Rill.
Yes.
You've received a dew. You also heal 40 hit points worth of healing, and in addition, you are now drunk, happily drunk, in fact. You are now immune. You are now immune to the effects of any form of inebriation or mind control for the next 48 hours.
Nice.
And Cromwell, your hands are warm.
Hooray. That's all I wanted.
All right. He turns to you and he says, "Now,
Thank you.
a pleasure to make your acquaintance, one and all. Allow me to do as a proper introduction. There is a free sample. Call me Badham. I'm a cleric of some sorts that dabbles and wears in all kinds of trinkets from this realm and all others. Now, of course I'm looking to start a business somewhere in this vicinity, but I seem to have got myself turned around here in the forest. Lucky enough I managed to bump into you fine, lovely and amazing fellows. I'm trying to meet a contact of mine somewhere in town. His name is JP or something.
Sorry, I don't know JP, and I just met this group. Maybe they
JP,
know?
Elfie, JOMT, VB,
MP?
Cromwell, Rill, and Jet. You know of DT, the merchant that has the
Yeah,
owlbear.
I was trying to look up
Yeah.
our details. Yes, I know a DT.
That's the fella, DT. Yeah, fella, big, tall bloke, carries a gun, has an owlbear.
Yes, that's the one.
Right, well,
Jack
I...
has
Oh,
met
bear.
him.
What's that?
So I don't think Jack has met DT.
Did you not?
I don't think
No.
I've met him either.
No, Jack hasn't.
No.
because-
You would have, because remember, Makar, like, when... sorry, not Makar. Grax, when you were trying to steal stuff from the storage place.
That was the first time they'd ever seen the guy, and they might not actually know who he was.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. In which case, Cromwell, you would be able to fill them in. He says, well, I've actually got some dealings to do with this fella, so, I mean, at least I'm in the right place, that's for sure. Now, I'll tell you what. I've got a bit of a thing here for you. You all look like you're, you run around the ringer a little bit. Keep those hot chocolates on you, free of charge. Nice little, boost here. Though some of them are a bit quirky, if you don't mind me saying. You see, have to keep me clergy up stuff. I worship Calistria, you see, god of betrayal. So you never know quite what you're going to get when it comes to old Badham. But that's just the spice of life, I say. Now,
Knowing DT, I don't suppose that you may have somehow come into possession of a certain wedding band or brooch that you might have told people DT had?
Well, funny you mention that. That's exactly why I'm here. Fun fact is that I need that wedding band back, you see. Let's just say I may have given off the wrong one. There's a few little, curses that may be involved in it, but nothing to worry your little head about.
Well, it's not that we're worried about it so much, but we have recently joined somewhat of a clan, and there are members of it keen to recover that.
Oh. Well, I better get ahead of that then, because, I mean, if they get their hands on it, who knows what kind of mischief they'll be up to. All right, well, I suppose I should be on my way then.
Presumably.
Do you know where you saw DT last?
Well, last we saw him, he was quite unhappy at the warehouse.
At the warehouse. All right, well, I'm going to make my way over there. Thank you for the directions. Enjoy your hot cocoa. And if you ever need anything, he grabs a business card and hands it to you. Just toss a coin to your old friend Badham, and he'll be there, quick, smart, and in a hurry with anything that you'll need for your shopping desires. Also, for various reasons, I no longer serve Goliath wizards.
That's very specific.
Yes. Yes, it is. All right, and he wheels his little cart off into the distance. As he leaves, the smell of chocolate lingers in the air. You guys feel a lot better. But there's still one task that remains before you.
Wait.
One final ritual. Yes.
What's a Goliath?
As you ponder this question,
Flavors.
you have only but one ritual remaining. The ritual of stone that you still need to attune to. But, of course, this journey, that particular quest, is for another time. Thank you very much to my lovely players for coming and joining us. It's always a pleasure to get to play with you. We are running a little bit behind. But you know what? We started a bit late, so I'm pretty happy for that. But we are now going to very swiftly find ourselves someone to raid. Let's see. Who is out and about? Who is doing some stuff? Who is currently?
Probably not many people.
Which is
Probably no one. It's usually how it
Big
goes.
Captain Robert.
Captain Robert is running reruns. We don't raid Captain Robert. We like Captain Robert. He's fine and all that. I mean, we've met him like once maybe. But truth be told, you know, that's the thing. Hey, Killer Koala 87. Thank you. You know what? Regardless of the fact that you made the end, here's something special for you. First of all, thank you so much for making the time. One of the things that you'll always find here at the channel is I appreciate whenever any of my audience members come in. Doesn't matter if it's at the end. So I'll let you ask me any one question about TTRPGs, Pathfinder, D&D, and I will answer it to the fullest. Throw me anything, and I will let you know. And Totali, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you. It was a really, really fun time. Water sucks. It just does. And and kudos to my players for rallying together and working. I'm not gonna joke. I'm not even joking. I've had that exact same situation happen, and the other player just turned around and went, "Oh, you know, I freaking guess I'll just drown." And then they did. And then everyone's like, "We're trying to save you." It's like, "Yeah, no, don't bother. I don't want to die. I'm just going to sit here and die." And that was just a very boring encounter. This, with Rill climbing up, scratching around, Cromwell coming down, trying a few harpoon kicks, Jet and Makar trying to pull him up, that was so much more exciting. So thank you all for participating in that.
Killer Koala asks, can you explain every rule in the player's handbook?
Yes, I can. Thank you for asking. Now, next up is... all right, so first of all, while I'm still looking for that person to raid, there we go. How do I plan for my...
How do you plan for Gen Con?
How do you plan for Gen Con? That is a great question.
First Gen Con.
No, so first thing is when you plan for Gen Con, the important thing to know is that scheduling your travel time between events is super important. I sucked at that the first time I went, and I booked things like too close to each other. So I was running through conventions to try and get to all of my events. It is important to schedule times between to like have a rest and just recuperate yourself, because it is going to be hectic otherwise. I would also try to find time to not just like go and see the people that you like want to see, but also like make some new friends. There's like the stadium, which is just behind the Gen Con Center, that has a ton of board games that are out there, and there's some open tables that people do in. Use it as an opportunity to meet new people as well. That's my recommendation. Don't overbook yourself. Make time to eat, drink, and travel. And of course, never be afraid to go and just jump into a game, meet some new people, and have a great time. And most importantly, come and see me, because I'm going to be there. Go and book in to your Careful Cantrip shows. I'm pretty much in all of the Careful Cantrip panels that are at Gen Con. I will also be attending the music ticketed event, which involves Ginny D, Arcane Anthems, a bunch of cool stuff. And I'll also be attending the Dingo Doodle meet and greet on Sunday. Those are the things that I have hard booked in for me to go and see. And also, if you want to potentially see me win an award, because that's the thing. Boom! Don't forget to vote. Dead Aussie Gamer up for Pathfinder GM of the Year. Yeah, boom, right there. Vote for the good old Dead Aussie Gamer and his friends over at Careful Cantrip. Alright. Now, unfortunately, yeah, you're right. There is no one to raid, which is a sad state of affairs. So we're just going to bid you guys farewell. If we aren't raiding someone, then please do me a favor. Oh, thank you so much, Killer Koala. And AJ is absolutely wonderful as well. AJ, our friend from Winter's Tales, great content creator, also from Perth. Hopefully, fingers crossed, she's able to also make it to Gen Con this year. We wish her and her team all the best in their fundraiser that's currently going on. Okay, so if you are unable to go and raid and find something else to do this evening, or afternoon, or day, whatever time it happens to be, then I urge you, please take a moment for yourself. Find something in your life, something that you've done either today or during this week that has brought you joy. And if you haven't found something that you can reflect on and appreciate, then do something that is going to bring you that joy. I think life is made up of a series of moments that sometimes we do tend to miss because we're too busy. We work, we study, we play. You know, we've got friends, we've got commitments, we've got family, we've got all these things. But sometimes just that moment to breathe it in, to take it in and do that one thing that brings us joy, that's what it's all about. That's what life's about. A wise man, aka an Uber driver, once told me, money is the fuel we put in the car. Don't spend your life at a gas station. Love that saying, love that thing, love your faces. And till we meet again, guys, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone.
Bye.